All right, family. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Fitness Headspace Podcast. I thought we need like some kind of intro music. We gotta figure
We
that out.
do.
Production needs to figure that out. Because
Hey, y'all see how they throwing shade? I'm just saying,
I'm sorry to
you
get the
know,
episode started like this. I'm so sorry. Let me just
it's
really back in. Welcome back, y'all, to another episode. So today we're gonna have a little bit, like I said, more fun with the conversation, but also give you guys some really good advice. And it's about my favorite thing in the world, a nice active wear. Cause it's just that vibe you get when you go to the gym, you got that new set, especially a set. Me personally, I love when things just match and they coordinate. This is like it's just and it's easy to know what you're going to wear. So that's neither here or there. But you go in there, you have, you feel like you look good, you make you actually want to work out harder, train better. It's just like, it kind of just all goes into the self-care. So and that's the thing that you like. If you're like me and you love some active wear, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and hit that like down below on this episode. And then while you're there, go ahead and subscribe and share this out. That way all of our other active wear family can go ahead and come in and see what we should be buying out here. And so, I guess to get the conversation started, Deion, what should we know about activewear? Why are we even having a whole episode around activewear?
well, here's the thing, right? So we already know when we're going to the gym, everybody has that like you said, a certain set or a certain type of clothes that they like to wear. Or it's just the fact of it gives you that additional little reason, that gives you that little push, that little motivation, to get into the gym because it's like, hey, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and get this nice little set, and then from there, you get in, it's like, damn, I actually looking kind of nice up in here. But ultimately, the main thing is just the fact of making sure that you're in something comfortable while you're working out, right? Understanding the different types of materials that work best for you, because just because it might look nice, the friction and all different types of things, allergies, all this other stuff, you have to, keep that in consideration. I couldn't tell you, how many times, countless amount of times that I've bought something and it looks nice, but it wasn't the best material to work out
Yeah.
in. So for example, it being too heavy, or for the ladies, it might be too light as far as see-through. So, keeping
Ooh, the
that
squats can be real revealing at that point. Like,
right. Y'all better be careful with these RDLs and the colors that y'all wearing, depending on the,
ooh,
the thinness or thickness of that material. So, these are some of the things that you want to pay attention to. And not only that, it does give that boost of confidence. I think that's one thing that I have noticed, like knowing how certain clothes fit your body. Like there's just that certain type of tank top or certain type of, leggings that's like, ooh, looking kind of thick back there. You know what I mean? And I
yeah.
see that with the ladies all the time. It's like they be like, "Yo, my butt looks really nice in these pair, compared to another one," and it's just it look a little, you know what I'm
It
saying?
just
So
it's up right, you know.
exactly. So I think it really just comes down to the fact of there's a couple of different types of materials and what they do for you. So, for example, you have moisture wicking. I think that is
Yeah.
a really, really big one. Okay, so for people that do sweat easily, like for example myself, I'm not sure about you as well, Joy.
Myself is
Um,
yeah, I'm included in that as well. Yes.
right, you get what I'm saying? So it's like it's one of those things where you want to make sure that you're not sitting in your sweat. And ladies, y'all know what time it is. It's a whole different ball game for y'all. Fellas, we're kind of in the same space, but ladies, I know it's a little bit more sensitive in that topic. Also things that are, I would say, what was it, like cool? I'm trying to remember, like, oh my god, like climate cool. I think climate cool is one of them, like
Yeah.
Adidas
Mhm.
considers it. So these are things where again it activates with the type of materials that they have. So if you are heating up, which that technology to me is still like blows my mind. It's like, okay, so based on how hot my body is, it knows when to start activating and then from there cooling down the body.
Yeah.
Other than that, also the type of stretch that it has as well too. So for example, the last thing you want is to be in a gym, right? And you doing whatever you're doing, whether it's more than likely, I would say more like lower body movements. And let's say you're doing lunges or squats, and forbid that material is stiff and it rips, or it doesn't give you that range of motion when it comes to
Yeah.
doing that exercise properly. So these are some of the things that I think are really important when we're looking into your active wear when we're talking about fitness. But George, you want to kind of give them a little bit of breakdown of the different types of fabrics and even some of your favorite fabrics that you like to use when you're in the gym.
Of course, of course. And before we even get started, a little disclaimer. Even
Mm,
though I'm going to be listing, like, a few most popular or I guess more mostly used like materials and fabrics for these activewear sets, every company is different. So you might get a cotton shirt from this company and from over here, and they fit totally different. So of course, it's like understanding how the material acts itself, and then
right.
also knowing what companies that you should be, kind of just shopping with exclusively. If you kind of tried it out a while, that their fit works for you. It's all like a real trial and error kind of thing. But of course, the most used material for clothing and activewear, especially as well, is cotton. Cotton, of course, is a very breathable material. It's great for moisture wicking. It helps to kind of make sure that all that skin, like all that sweat and moisture, gets off your skin, and it actually holds it like in the material for you to keep your skin drier. The only thing with cotton is that, of course, when it does, soak up all that moisture, gets wet, it does get heavier on the body. So you feel the weight of the actual material, like, when it gets too much water absorption. And then, of course, you can think about the upkeep of it. So having to wash it constantly, and kind of does not hold up, long term with so many, machine washes. So keeping all that in mind as well about how often you buy workout sets, that way okay, this cotton shirt might last me the next 2.5 months. Might go ahead and buy some more, whatever like that. That we kind of like plan things out time wise, maybe budget wise as well. And then this one, I didn't realize that this is what organic. I didn't even really too much know about organic active wear. Had no idea that our clothing could be organic, but I did find out that bamboo is actually another most commonly used material for the more organic lines of activewear. It's a very natural fabric. It's light, soft, moisture wicking as well, similar to cotton, and it's actually used to make the rayon fibers. So you kind of see that in more like it's not a very thick material, but it does have a good amount of stretch to it, and it's more durable than cotton. So for you having it, to have it washed constantly, it will actually hold up for you longer and the longer term. And the bamboo itself is actually a natural deodorizer, so it's antifungal, antibacterial, all that is actually within the material. That way, in case you kind of get a little bit sweaty underneath the arms or in certain areas, it actually kind of helps absorb and kind of like have that smell and have that I guess the odor go out through the material, like back out into the air for you. And so to kind of go into those, like the first two most commonly used ones, and then I'm gonna get Deion to kind of go into the next couple of material types that we have for you guys. Oh, hold on, can you hear me?
There we go. There we go. There we go. We will edit that part
I
out.
saw you wiping your eye. I was like, is he asleep? What's
No,
going
no,
on?
no, no. I was like, I'm sitting here talking, and I'm like, what just happened? So I'll be, yeah, I'm gonna cut that part out. Um, but yeah, so this next fabric, I didn't know too much about myself, and it's called merino wool. So we've heard of wool before, of course, but merino wool is actually really good for cool or either warm weather. So depending on the climates that you live in, and that's another thing as well, a whole different topic to be very aware of, because obviously you don't want to wear anything super, super thin. When you're in colder climates, but it is more breathable. This next thing that we're about to say right now is less scratchy. I don't like material that makes me feel itchy. Like it's
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Like there's no, like, for example, what is the name? Oh my gosh. There's a brand that's usually like in like Walmarts and stuff like that, where it just has this like itchy type of feel. Like you can pick it up and be
Yeah.
like, oh no, that's cheap. If it comes back to me, we'll circle back around to it. Um, but again, wool is kind of known for that, that kind of like semi-scratchy feel. But moisture wicking, right? That's another thing. We want something that gives you still that dry feel. It doesn't give you that heavy feel as far as like sweating. You don't feel like drenched. You don't feel like you need to change your shirt, or you don't have to worry about that bacteria that's building up over time as well, too. And it does not hold the odor as much. So again, as you guys can kind of hear, a lot of these materials, it's a lot better for these specific ones that we're talking about, because it eliminates your odor. The last thing you want to do is walk around the gym for the next 45 minutes to an hour smelling like basura.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's, and again, everybody's different. We're not judging. We're just saying, I don't want to walk around stink.
It's just not comfortable. It's just not comfortable to do that.
Right, exactly. And another thing is that it has natural elasticity, right? But it is often mixed with things like nylon and spandex, which again, we're going to kind of go into those, which is kind of like a blend. That's another thing that you'll kind of see as well, kind of like how you had mentioned with like the rayon and how it's kind of pulled from bamboo. They'll mix a couple of other things as well too, which is actually a really cool thing we'll get into a little bit later. And it's quick drying. Okay, so now the next one is very common. You've heard before, nylon. So it is probably one of the most commonly used ones as far as for like synthetic fiber. Again, it is quick drying, it is breathable, and it is mildew resistant. So again, the last thing you want to do is have anything that can hold on to mildew. But it has like this silky feel, but it's not necessarily elastic. Okay, so again, this is where once you start looking into certain fabrics and once you start paying attention to the tags, start looking at the percentages and see what has what, and pay attention to what 100% nylon feels like, what 100% of X, Y, and Z feels like. But like Joy had mentioned, they might feel slightly different. Now, this specific material is really used for the ladies, like as far as leggings. Okay. Yeah. Remind me a little bit later, Joy. I have something to say about leggings. Just say leggings later. And yeah, but that is really important because again, ladies, you want to make sure that you feel comfortable in this. And the one thing that I see is nowadays, like activewear has become the regular wear, like
It's
daily wear.
really like it's all athleisure now. So
Exactly.
I wear both, honestly.
Right. And my thing is like there's nothing wrong with that. So it's just again, pay attention to the type of material that you're wearing, because again, we get hot in certain places, depending on the climates we live in. You want to make sure that you have something that is comfortable, but it also does reduce that. What happened?
And being like very breathable.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. That's what I was just about to say. See, take the words right out my mouth. You hit it right on the nail. Now, the other thing about nylon is that it holds up a little bit better against like friction, that might be caused from movement and running. So again, if you're a runner, if you're a person that, does sprints, anything of that sort, or just constantly moving around, the last thing you want is that friction constantly, because again, when you take them off, whether it's upper or lower, the last thing you want are friction burns or any type of rashes or any discomfort as well moving forward. Exactly. The one that we all know is the dry fit, right? So that is specifically to, Nike. That's their trademark. It's moisture wicking polyester, high evaporation rate. Okay, so it gives you that opportunity to allow, things like the water itself to turn into vapor in the fabric itself, and it has a slightly bit, a little bit more of a stretch as well too, and that also kind of like correlates, like we were saying with Adidas. They have theirs, which their trademark is climate cool, very similar, but again, it's just that it's really preference at the end of the day. And then Joy, I don't know if you have any in particular besides those few, because I have a couple of more, but I don't want to be long-winded with that part.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm gonna give you my top ones, these places that I go to get my activewear from. But I did at least want to touch on compression activewear as well, because for me, especially like wanting to do a lot more strength training, lifting heavy weights, you really want to have your body like it's really all about form when it comes to like to doing those kind of exercises. So having things that can help hold your back in place, hold your core in, help hold your, just hold your posture right while you're going into the squats or while you're going into any other kind of movement. I love a good compression material for that reason specifically. Now, what it is, it's really a blend of materials when it comes to compression wear, usually made of nylon, spandex, cotton, and a fabric that's called Maggie cotton. Hope I said that right. Maggie cotton. It's really like a mix of all three within itself. So, like I said, full of blends. But that way you have like, a little bit of the stretch from nylon. You have the moisture wicking from the cotton. You have, a little bit of the whole, like the compression from the spandex and the Maggie cotton, which is like a little bit of all three. So that's kind of where you get that kind of balance of how it actually compresses your body from. As far as where we shop at now, at this point, activewear is everywhere. Like I'm seeing a lot of, like a lot of online activewear boutiques and other stores. I know, like Lululemon is a really big one, that's been doing pretty well lately. What's the other one? Like, what's her name? Is it Kate Spade? No.
I'm about to
What
say,
is her
since when
name?
she made clothes?
She makes purses, don't she?
Yeah.
Ignore me, ignore me, ignore me. Um, I'll come back later on. But specifically for me, I have no one brand. Like I love my brand called Roofit. It's not my brand, but I sponsor this company called Roofit Boutique, and I wear their outfits all the time. If you see my page, me working out, and any given video is probably going to be some of their sets, or the bands as well. But really, TJ Maxx, a Marshalls, a Ross, Walmart, sometimes depending on what it is and the material for Walmart, but mostly those stores is where you will see me buying any of my activewear if I don't just happen to like go into a little side store and find it there as well. So, and it's like, most of it tends to be either compression that I might buy, or it's going to be like a more legging material, and just for that stretch and motion for what I do, like a little bit of everything while I'm working out. But Deion, like, tell the folks, where do you go to get your activewear stuff, and give some more ideas for them?
So what y'all wasn't ready for is that I actually have a semi wardrobe over here ready to show y'all what's happening. But to kind of break it down, like you said, I don't have a specific place that I like to go. It's more of, for me, how it feels, how it
Yeah.
looks. So my number one place is literally Marshalls. Like Marshalls, hands down. And the only reason being is because, well, it used to be Burlington as well too.
Oh yes,
And
Burlington. Yeah.
a lot of people sleep on these stores because they're like, oh, I don't know if there's this concept of you have to go to the store directly and buy it because it makes it feel more authentic. But what a lot of people don't realize is that the reason why they end up in these stores is just for minor cosmetic issues. Like I have some, like, for example, from I'll give you a perfect example. These are Adidas shorts, right, for men. But the issue with them, these came from Burlington. There's no pockets, obviously. And when you look at the back, the logo is actually backwards. So it's not even on the front. So people look at me like, yo, you got your pants on backwards. I said, nah, they did it wrong. That's their logo issue. Like, listen, it's the 3 stripes. It don't matter to me. They look nice. They're bright. You know what I mean? And the material, again, a lot of nylon, spandex. A couple of other places that I go, similar to, like you said, there's certain brands that I do support. I'm not sponsored from them specifically, but I'd love a sponsor. Y'all could go ahead and drop this in there. So although, like, for example, I got on Under Armour. Under Armour I got from Marshalls for like, I think maybe $20, $22 at the most.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, going to the Under Armour actual store or even the outlet, I'm not paying $40 or $30 for a shirt. Not doing it.
I just don't see it.
Exactly, I don't. One of my favorite brands to wear is Riderwear. Riderwear is I believe it's a Australian company. They're really big for, like we said, athletics and fitness, but more of like the semi bodybuilding side. Another one that I wear as well a lot recently, more of their jackets, is Dark Sports. So they have like a little wolf on there as well too. I don't know if you guys can see that. But again, this is a perfect example. This is 100% polyester. But here's the issue. When it comes to doing squats, this is not a thing. This is more of like I wear on an upper body day. And with some, like, if I'm doing leg extensions, things that don't have a lot of movement, but they're very breathable. They feel comfortable. You get a lot of compliments. Not that I care for the compliments, but it's like, oh yeah, cool. That's cool and all. But the main one for me, at least, is usually Riderwear. And I'm a big jacket person, really, really big jacket person. Yeah. So that's where the whole blend comes into play, because if I want something a little bit more tight fitting, obviously I'm not going to go with 100% cotton. But lastly, one place that a lot of people kind of overlook, especially for men, is Fabletics. I know Fabletics was kind of more drifted out for women at first.
And that's me. I was thinking of before Fabletics. I'm glad that you went ahead and said it. It did not come back to me.
Oh, it was not okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah,
so Fabletics. Yes,
Fabletics. I had found out that they had a men's line when Kevin Hart started promoting them. I was like, okay, whatever. Let me go take a look. Let me see. But then I was like, damn, I
Is
was
it
like,
nice though?
yeah, they like, for example, I have on shorts now from them. It's really nice. But here's the issue though. When you are buying your clothes, and I know you're gonna agree, it's always better to buy them in person because you don't
Yes.
know how it fits. So here's the issue. I bought these shorts. I bought, I believe, 2 pair of shorts. And I was like, okay, cool. I was like, I know that I have an issue with having a smaller waist and bigger thighs. But I was like, okay, if at least I get it big enough, I should be okay. But the way that it fits, it's more, for people who have smaller, smaller structures. So I was like, I put them on. I was like, yeah, I can't go out in these. It's like somebody gonna ask me if these are my girl shorts. You get what I'm
Oh
saying?
my God.
But over time, dropping a little weight or whatever, now they fit perfectly. So that was my only thing. Like when it comes to having to do that whole return thing and seeing if it works and things being out of stock,
Yeah.
just pay attention to that when you're buying online. So another thing that a lot of people, I personally, again, I'm gonna go ahead and state it. I have nothing against this company. I just don't like being on a bandwagon. Gymshark. Everybody and their mama got
I have
Gymshark.
not tried any Gymshark. I really don't plan on trying Gymshark,
Same,
honestly.
same. It's just
It's
like,
not it's not for any reason, but it's just like it doesn't move me. I don't know what
right,
to
and that's what I'm saying. It's just like it out of nowhere. And again, shout out to the dude who came out with it, like a
Oh yeah.
genius. You get what I'm saying? But it was just like, I was like, I like doing everything the opposite, which is why I ended up finding Riderwear, and then nobody wears Riderwear, and now all of a sudden everybody's wearing Riderwear. I'm like, beat y'all to it first. Again, no competition, not that it matters. The last thing I want to say, at least before I hand it back off to you, when I was saying leggings, I don't know if it's a South Florida thing, y'all. I really don't know. But fellas, stop wearing females' leggings. Stop wearing females' leggings. Because we know that they're leggings for women. And again, yes, we're cool with the like gender neutral thing. There's nothing against that. But there's certain seams on on the actual leggings that you can clearly tell that they're for women. Where the pockets are, like I can literally tell by the color. I've had some people literally look at me and tell me I have those same pair of leggings, and those are women leggings. And I'm just like, hey,
I
listen,
don't see the reason why, because they make male leggings now. Like there's male
they,
skinny jeans. Y'all have like your leggings now. I don't see why.
I have one reason that I can justify, and it's still not even a reason why I would even go to y'all section. The price. The
Oh
price.
well.
Women buy stuff so frequently, y'all could just they could keep the price down. So I could see why. And again, it's not a regular thing. It's a certain, we're just gonna leave it at that. But I'm just like, I'm not judging. I'm just wondering why? Just why? Can somebody please answer that?
I mean, that I get, because some
You
things
know,
I do buy from the men's side because it's cheaper for y'all. Like certain like t-shirts for y'all are cheaper because like for us it's more like of a novelty thing. Is that women don't wear
yes.
that many t-shirts, but men always wear them, so that's cheaper for y'all. So I would go over there and grab a few shirts. I'm not even gonna hold you, but
That's
leave the leggings
fine.
alone though.
That's fine. I'm just trying to figure out how do we justify wearing bright ass colors that's clearly
Because
not for us.
if we have two different shapes, two different regions, some things poke a little more than they need to, y'all. Let's just keep it respectful.
That's all
Keep
I'm
it cute.
saying.
Keep
That's
it cute.
all I'm saying. And that's the thing, right? So a lot of guys, like for example, I have like the like you see it a lot with runners and things of that sort, like sprinters. That's what they utilize. That's cool. But even for me, I always wear shorts, on top of them. It's just a thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, again, I'm confident with with everything, but at the same time, it's like decency. Like, you got to keep in mind, you still going out in public. We don't want to see a whole print. You get what I'm saying? Like,
So
cool. Hey, but no, we don't want to see it. We don't want to say hi. You know what I'm saying? So again, it was just sorry. I had to vent a little bit. Because I see it too often. You know what I mean? So when it becomes
must
something
be a
that,
thing in South Florida because we don't have that issue up here.
My point. That's why I said South Florida. I don't want to put anybody. Then again, Florida, we
You
just
said Florida, so we should already have a level of understanding that's mutual. We all
correct. Y'all know if y'all hear Florida man, Florida woman, y'all know what time it is.
say
Sadly,
less.
okay.
It's just like say less.
Sadly. But yeah, so other than that, like I said, it's just, for me, it's just one of those things where having a good variety, and even like, most people, like we said, Nike. So when it comes to those like semi compressions and things of that sort, Adidas, that's where I get mine.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if I can't find it in the Marshalls, I go to the outlet, and the outlet will still have it for a fraction of the cost as opposed to the original store. So again, just be very comfortable with looking around, and why does it matter where you get it from? It's still the same brand. If you could save a few dollars and buy 3 for the price of 1 that you would in the original store, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, a little bit of the quantity with the quality. Like get you a couple. Yeah, so I definitely understand that. And how keep things going. Yes, I pretty much think I went over everywhere I go, because I literally, y'all, it's wherever I feel like I've seen a good outfit, I would literally just go get there. And I'm still, I guess, is it old school to still, I guess, to prefer shopping in person than online? Because everybody is so like, have boxes showing up to their door every single day. I still like to go out to the store. I like to go out, comb through the aisle, see what's on clearance. And I tell you, do not skip a beat. Like, you can literally have a full wardrobe of nice items that you didn't have to like really go out of pocket for. It's very much possible. You got to be able to, be willing to kind of just do your due diligence when you go shopping.
And here's the thing though, right? I wouldn't necessarily call it old school. The way I look at it is more of what they would call the new age, or the convenience. That's the real word to it. The convenience of being able to see, oh, I like it. Let me just go ahead and order and send it to my door.
It's not convenient to me. It's I have to wait.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
7 days to get it.
Well, depending on where, because some people, Amazon, they get that either the same day or the day after. Mm-hmm. I don't care for that. I think what makes it more, it's like it's fun. It's like going on a semi little adventure. Like, let me see what I could find, right? And here's the thing. Right. Here's the thing though. When you get there, that might be the last one. The last one. I couldn't tell you how many times I've ran by that. And I actually did that in the Adidas outlet. I've been looking for this track jacket for like the last 4 or 5 years. I had one of them. It was a red and black striped one. It's something about the jacket that I loved. I ended up having a rental car, and I think I left it in the rental car and then lost it. So 3-4 years later, it was like, I think last year, the year before, I ended up running in. I was like, and this is when, for example, that's that like one time where the price really didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And I just picked it up because this is that one time. And it's the same thing where we translate into Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, wherever you go, you're going to, it's like it sets you apart. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it still might be of, for example, that main brand, but how many people do you see walking around with that one thing? It still gives you that feel of being unique. This is like your personal style. It's not like hey, let's go on the website. There's 1,000 in stock. I got one. This person has one. We both show up to the gym with the same 20. Thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good conversation starter, but I'm just like, damn, I really thought I had it, like I like wearing stuff that nobody else has because it sets you apart. That's really what it is for us, at least, being able to go in, take a look at things. And like we said, you'll be surprised how much stuff is on clearance. And the thing is everybody literally, they don't look at the clearance. Looks like it gets shunned upon. It's like, oh no, I'm too good for clearance. Like, let me go over here.
Never that. Never that.
When you feel me?
Get name brand for like a quarter of the price of what it would have been, even in like the regular part of the store. Yeah. So there's no shame, because at the end of the day, it's still the same brand, still the same material, same logo, same everything. The pockets are leaving out a little bit fatter though. That's the only thing.
Right. And here's the other thing, right? I guess it goes together. Time. I think that's another thing, right? A lot of people feel like they are too busy. The same way y'all make time to sit on your phone for 3 hours, the same amount of time that y'all can go out and go partying and go clubbing and all this other stuff. Yeah, you could buy stuff in a click of a button, but just take the opportunity to go out and literally go out. Just go out. You know what I'm saying? And start looking around. You might end up finding other things in the store that still might be at a discounted rate, or
Mm-hmm.
because the clothes are more cost efficient, you're able to get something else in the store that you wanted anyway. So again, it all ties together. It's not necessarily just, hey, it's based on the brand or whatever the case is. It's really the value. I mean, I'm sure everybody works really hard for their money. Okay.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to. For, at least for me, I could say, I'm not about to sit here and spend a check on a pair of shoes or a check on, one outfit and be like, okay, cool. Like that makes me feel like, for lack of a better word, it makes me feel like shit afterwards. I'm just like, damn, I just spent $100 on a t-shirt, like not, well, on a 3-piece, whether it's a t-shirt, tank top, shorts, and then a jacket. I'm like, damn.
I could have got a few of those.
Exactly.
At my good old Marshalls. I'm just saying,
Exactly.
to each his own.
And that's it, y'all. I mean, like I said, that's it for me. I don't, we don't judge nobody. That is up to you. But just wanted to give you guys a different perspective of
Yeah.
where you're purchasing stuff or how you go about purchasing it as well, too. Take the time and look around. And here's another thing as well, too, little side note. Remember, everything is marketing. Everything is marketing online. Okay. So if you end up going on a website and you like their stuff, I can guarantee you, if you put it in the cart and leave within the next couple of hours, 5, 4,
Hey,
12 hours,
you left something.
what's up?
You got a cart. No, that's the email that
Oh, yeah.
they did afterwards. Like, hey, it's still in your cart. You didn't come back to us. Where you at?
Hey, here's a 10% discount because da da
Shoulder.
da. They don't
Right.
want to lose your business.
Mm-hmm.
Time, literally, it's based on time. That's what it is. Like we said, it's time convenience. So throw it in the cart, forget about it for a day, look at your email. If you already put your email in as if you're going to buy something, guaranteed to get a 10 or 15% discount, 20, 25 at the most. So here's a little hack for you.
It was. That was a real good hack right there. And to kind of I guess bring this episode to a nice little close, it's really just about finding out what works for you guys based upon how you like to work out. That's really what it is. Like if you like somebody who likes a little more of a compressed feel, you can
Right.
definitely, find you a brand or a store or an outlet that has a clothing brand or material that has that kind of compression feel to it. If you want something that's more breathable, if you sweat more or sweat less, it's really about understanding what you're buying. That way you can find like those few staple places that you can really go to get your activewear from. That way it's not like a question anymore. It's like either I go here, here, or here. If it's not there, then okay, maybe you want to go online. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But in all, definitely let us know down below if you actually enjoyed this episode. Let us know what brands that you guys actually shop with for your activewear. Drop all the faves down below and then share them out with your friends. Like let us know what their faves are too. Bring them into the conversation and have them go ahead and bring them into the family. And so we'll see you guys on the next episode of the Fitness Headspace Podcast. Did you have any kind of like final church announcements for us, Deion?
Nah, fam. Again, just do your due diligence. Take your time when you're looking for your clothes. Don't buy it just because somebody else has it. Don't buy it because you just want to feel like you're a part of something. That's always nice as far as being a part of a community. But make sure you're buying it because you like it. Make sure you buy it also because it feels comfortable. But other than that, I don't have nothing else to say.
Well, all right then, family. We will catch you in the next one. Bye, y'all.
Y'all take it easy.